Horizon's Homestead reaction. This is an incorrect summary of Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, Sins and Shadows. Visualization Maxer. Did he finish the original game videos? I guess he did in parts. I don't even remember that. But yeah, it's another Maxer video about like Elden Ring. I haven't played Shadow of the Erdtree because I've been busy with certain newer games and like I barely have that much time anymore. But yeah, people are telling me like it's fun, I guess. Like there are even people telling me like, this might, like the DLC can't go for like Game of the Years, but if they can, this would be one of those. Like, okay, that's interesting. Can Elden Ring be bad in any way? Even the DLCs are good apparently, right? That feels such a distant thing nowadays, where games just suck. You rarely get good games, so at least that's something. So let's do this one.
Erdtree is the newest and greatest installment in a series that I can only describe as the refined man's flagellation, recognized and infamous for having such straightforward story and gameplay that there are literally hundreds of YouTubers whose job it is to explain the things that happen in it. Now, suffice it to say, I'm going to be doing a lot of that today, but I can assure you, the accuracy of my statements are generally described as highly questionable at best, as I am currently being hunted in 39 kingdoms for crimes against information, taking place inside the brand new realm of Shadow, where the developers accidentally created an entire new game of content and pretended it was DLC. This novel expansion promises to deliver a whole new world of masochism and internal injury.
I like how Maxer basically, first he was doing review, which is like kind of like incorrect summary, but not really, and then he did incorrect summaries as well, which was completely incorrect summary. But he liked that so much and people responded so much. It's like screw reviews, he just does incorrect summary, which is like completely different from like plot. Like if you watch just incorrect summary, you're not gonna get the like the dialogues and things. Although the Metal Gear ones, they're so good.
All the while providing a generous serving of beautiful and breathtaking vistas at approximately the same rate as it scares the blood outside of your body. And you would be very surprised just how much one man can bleed. To explore this contrasting land of putrid possibilities, we play as the Tarnished, one of many horrifying insults to God who primarily fight their enemies by drinking a soda that sends your bones into attack mode. Finally sent to the land of Shadow upon hearing the news that Moog, Lord of Blood, has beaten the allegations and wishes to sue this blonde twink for defamation of character. All throughout the lands between, our enemies crave the sweet, merciful
Of course he's gonna make those jokes. Maxer is so tuned to today's world.
Race of death, and for the delicious taste of finely crafted steel. This is the story of one such Tarnished who chose to heed their harrowing call, to challenge the authority of the very gods themselves, and to pursue the all-powerful Elden Ring.
Miquella the Kind spoke of many things, that the birth of a god oft requires sacrifice, and for each light that dawns, a shadow is cast in kind. Thus did he depart to the place cloaked eternal in twilight, in search of his birthright, his godhood. And now from you, I request something similar. To find the path sanctified by Miquella's stride, to venture with us to the lands of Shadow.
What the fuck are you talking about?
A land whose wonders shall never be put to song, doomed to be forgotten evermore. Where the remnants of an ancient war suffer even still, the indignities of defeat, and the abandonment of victory. The land under the wings of the Dreadlord Vale, in the gaze of the beasts, once divine. and cloaked eternally in the ashes of Messmer's flame. All to follow in the footsteps of kindly Mikola, across all corners it may lead.
Yeah. But I'm gonna get like unique weapons in this one, right? Yeah, I'm gonna. So that's all you need to say. There you go. Man, seriously, they're like From Software is like insane people, right? They just created this fucking world with the lore and everything in just one game. All these gods, all this name and all this thing. Usually when people do that, there's a risk, like, will people give a shit about this or not, right? So that's why people play it safe and go with their already established IP or something, right? Like Obsidian is creating Avowed or something, right? Which is like Elder Scrolls like. There's a risk there. Will people take it? Will people care about the lore or something, right? There's also like Mass Effect style game working like from the old BioWare team somewhere with Matthew McConaughey being there, which also has a deep lore or something. There's always a risk there. From Software, I don't care, just created this deep lore, which if you play the game, like, if you just like play the game as like a generally casual fun way, you're not gonna know what's happening, you're not gonna know the lore. You really need to like go deep and like learn it, then you're gonna know the lore, right? How many people are gonna watch YouTube videos of the, you know, like the lore of Elden Ring things? Not many. So a lot of people like might not even understand what's happening. Oh, it's just a game, let's just play it. But the lore is so insane, lore is so deep, right? And they just keep creating it. Elden Ring 2 is gonna be even more insane.
To complete his journey, to witness his ascension. Go now, touch the withered arm, and journey to the land forgotten. I will not be far behind. May we meet again.
So after being banished to the literal Shadow Realm, we take our first steps into the Spirit Grave Plains, the beautiful and majestic site of a cataclysmic ancient war. Or more accurately, a cataclysmic ancient genocide. You see, I can use my inductive reasoning skills.
Man, you know how you play Skyrim and you come to Whiterun and there's like, even the graphics are not that great, it was somehow great enough in our mind at least, as we remember, and like, what the hell? Yeah, I don't even know what happened. Yeah, so when you play like, you know, Skyrim and Whiterun, like it just looks so good with the music playing and like grass and everything. You know, there's a certain type of feeling of like world, how accurate the world is. They somehow created that in Elden Ring, but with grimness and like this decay and like death type of feel to it, which is like so unique. I've never come across any game that does that. You know, you just saw like, you know, horse running through the like, you know, like grass and everything. Just looks so good, but at the same time was very like death and decay style.
To deduce that people died here, and we are going to be adding to that total now. So this is the first enemy in the DLC, and a great choice for beginners. I really like the part where he just never stops pursuing you.
Greetings, Tarnished One. Your presence here is fortuitous, for I bear a burdensome quest of grave import. Should you be willing to
fuck, wait a
undertake
second.
it.
Okay, so I have greatly misinterpreted his aggro range. This guy is really interested in hearing the lore. Okay, motherfucker, I'm gonna take you out. It's not looking good. Now, seeing as my physical safety is currently an open question, we have to equip ourselves with brand new threads every single time I walk into a new place. Yes, I am going to keep the jar on during sex. It comforts me. And by hunting a homeless man to death in the woods where no one will hear me scream. This enables us to explore and investigate all kinds of new and amazing structures that distinctly alter how and where the game is going to kill you, as well as shaping our interactions with the various local wildlife.
I'm Coyote Peterson, and I'm about to be eaten alive.
We've got hot dogs. Every second of his life is spent in torment. Fucking Big Bird, apparently. The, what? I feel like I'm fighting a fucking Twitch emote. And of course, the, Dread army of eternal pursuit. Thus the covenant of fate is bound and your doom inexorable. This shit is lagging my game a lot. He is the lag monster. Yes, he is the lag monster.
His main attack is heating up your CPU.
My computer thanks me for rendering this every day. Wandering erratically in a given direction, we probably take shelter.
As is, the newer games are so insanely CPU heavy somehow. About the, like 12th gen CPU, thinking it's an upgrade since 6th gen. It had like 6 core and 12 threads. I'm like, that's gonna be really good. But even like today's game, like it just like really like heats it up, like Starfield, which is like not that good optimized. But something like Dragon Age, Veilguard and things like that, it's just like heating the shit out of it. Then I had to buy like a like tower, like cooler with 2 fans on it just to cool it down. But yeah, newer games are like really CPU intensive somehow.
In a random cave, only to realize that that was a horrible mistake, and that this is no random cave. Oh god. Oh god. What the fuck is that thing? Okay, so I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. The jars are people. We've been killing people this entire time. Probably babies too. You can never unlearn this information, and honestly, I would fucking do it again. Like, my brother in Christ, you firebombed Renala's preschool. Do you think anything is going to faze me at this point? See kids, this is what happens to your body when you smoke pot. I cast Deathlight on myself. Oh, please, not the jar. Anything but the jar. I don't think you know the implications of that one, Elden Ring. Miyazaki's into some freaky shit. Exiting the confines of the Cobalt Mines with the status of the extremely cracked out monkey boss still in debate, for the Simian race knows not the authority of God's light. We make our way far to the west, venturing beyond the border of the grassland, before setting foot upon the majestic steppes of Belurat. Scorched City of Umbral Secrets, Cursed Camp of Forgotten Grace, and First Legacy Dungeon of the DLC. Which unfortunately means that this is the easiest dungeon of the DLC. Please keep that in mind when you're fighting the giant scorpions. As a revered guest of this troublesome
Yeah, I don't think From Software ever does easy. There is no easy in Elden Ring.
town, it's up to us to investigate exactly what happened to Belurat and why it was incredibly funny. Following in the footsteps of Nikolai as he gets lost for the next 40 minutes and accidentally ends up inside the sewer system. Miyazaki designs my favorite Indian burial grounds.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Green Giant was never the same after he visited Chernobyl.
Getting back to the site of grace in a very green fashion, we decide to visit my grandma because she is old and has dementia.
Who are you? What are your kind doing here?
I'm your grandson, silly.
Your king burned Belurat, burnt it all until naught remains but ash. 1,000 curses!
Okay, I don't have any phobias or something as far as I know at least, but in Elden Ring there's so many creepy things that just make you like itchy skin and things, like creeps you out. Like, I'm pretty sure like phobias basically literally fucks you up for a whole day. This is not that, but still like watching shit like this.
Upon your kin, 1,000 curses!
Oh, you're so funny, Grandma. I'll be seeing you later then.
That's a lot of spiders.
These are scorpions, Reese. They're genius.
Kyle, don't move.
Okay. Oh, thanks for telling me not to move. There was a spider. There was a scorpion jump scare up there.
That's a good clip right there.
Okay, so this enemy just doesn't fuck around. He's got a moveset that's pretty fast. Not really sure how you're supposed to deal with that, but okay. Hey guys, can you come over here for a sec? I think I found a secret. Oh fuck! Oh my god! I love the vomit pit. I'm such a big fan of the vomit pit.
I love going to Chuck E. Cheese. I love the vomit pit filled with
Oh cool, it's the severed hand weapon. Nothing touches the heart faster. I say as I rip open your chest cavity. That guy's got a fucked up name, by the way. We gotta put this guy. We gotta put this guy out of his misery. We just gotta fucking kill this guy. Yeah, just fuck him up with hammers.
Yeah, when in doubt, gang up on somebody. There you go. You can't fight 3 versus 1.
fear delivered. Awake, O terror, by the gods' decree endeavored. Purge the filth with thy wrath and
Speak
fury
English,
rend.
damn.
Dance and caffort, cleanse all thou may. Their bones, their flesh are thine to flay. Thou hast
Play
trespassed
bones.
for the final time.
The fuck?
My grandson.
What the fuck is this? Look at that. Where'd they get the creativity? This is insane.
So she does remember. Welcome everyone to the first major boss of the DLC, Divine Beast Dancing Lion, who is not an actual lion, but are in fact two very coordinated people inside of a big suit, presumably so they can sneak into a movie theater.
Somebody is like grabbing him with the Gmod physics gun and attached a couple thrusters.
I love this shit. In the court, like one is a lion, other is P. There you go.
Dancing Lion is the perfect introduction to this game's DLC bosses, both functioning as a difficult challenge for the player and also as a massive warning sign, because this shit is not going to get any easier for you. I am having difficulties killing Mr. Beast. Perhaps he should make real videos like mine. Starting out the fight in Phase 1, the Divine Beast is actually a very manageable foe, offering us a pretty decent hurdle in terms of timing and aggression, but a less decent hurdle when it comes to his incredibly funny cameramancy. This, however, is merely a glimpse into what fearsome and frightening assaults lie just around the corner. And after a brief yet exhilarating bout, Divine Beast finally enters Phase 2 by channeling the power of the entire atmosphere, gaining access to 3 related yet distinct elemental phases, each one an absolute wrecking ball to both my health bar and this video's bitrate. With the lightning phase adding a great deal of range and aftershocks, the frost phase adding big stomps and punishing damage, and the storm phase adding in 50 tornado sirens. Jesus Christ, I'm fighting the fucking Avatar! Going from an ostensibly straightforward battle to a ruthlessly engaging and unpredictable gauntlet.
See, games like this is not for the people who just had a bad day and just want to play a game for half an hour. This is not that. You need to get your ass kicked. You need to like die 1-2 times. You need to figure shit out before you can defeat a boss like that. And this basically turns into like a headache, right? A big vein here. That's what this happens, right? Even the original Elden Ring, when I played it, like I'm like, fuck it, I want to play it because I guess it's a part of me thinks like, if this is a big game, like I must play it. I'm a gamer. I've been gamer for like 15-20 years now. I must play that type of game, even though like that type of game, how I am right now, how my life is, you know, I'm not that anymore. Teenager who just like constantly on game all the time. But I still played it. Like it was like a type of experience. Like game was fun, but like I had to play it and make effort into playing a long time.
Switching between all manner of elements to keep you on your toes while giving you precious few moments to breathe or reciprocate. Because by the time you've gotten used to an element, he is already switching to the next one, greatly compounding even further into the fight when the Divine Beast shifts into a medley of every element back to back, forcing you to flee in abject terror while the boss channels the power of the 4 elements. And number 2 will shock you. So despite and because of this chaos, Divine Beast Dancing Lion is an absolutely peak fight, balancing out explosive violence with a myriad of openings, each one gated by the guesses and gambles that you are willing to take. And I just so happen to be very bad at the casino.
Legend Slave.
So after defeating our enthusiastic celebration of Chinese New Year, we ascend to the very peak of Belurat's Twisted Tower.
I like how after defeating a legend, he's just sitting there, like sitting in front of a lot of fireplace or something. Like, oh, there you go. Everyday shit, there's nothing new.
Bathed in the stunning presence of the Shadow Tree, climbing with bated breath its sweeping stairs before finally reaching the mailbox. How did you get a letter up here?
Tarnished. I hope this letter reaches thee unscathed, for it would be treacherous if that weird...
You know, I'm a civil contractor. I build things, right? And watching that stairs, the longest stairs, I don't know why that was giving me nightmares, basically. Like, what the fuck?
Lion downstairs woke up. Beyond the tower sealed by shadow lies a place known as the Gates of Divinity. Surely, this is the ultimate goal of kindly Mikola. And thus, if we are united in common cause, it is there that we must head.
I don't know you.
Follow the crosses of Mikola East to the grim castle of Enzis, and beyond there to the Shadow Keep. Surely, it is there that our answers lie. I await an audience with thee, should fate follow thy arrival. Love you, Pookie Bear.
So after entering the mushroom...
This generation basically like, block, I have a girlfriend. And just like, there you go.
Kingdom and...
Oh, wait, this is important. Nope, I don't know yet.
Receiving a letter from Bowser, we decide to take a break from our DLC duties by pushing the character creator to its absolute limits beyond the boundaries of God and man. He's just so beautiful, like a sunrise over the crashing waves. Because, as it turns out, my sponsor GamerSupps, wandering merchant of the energy drinks, literally allows me to slander them by creating funny builds and characters based on each of their terrifying flavors. And ever since then, have been begging me to stop. So if you want to know more about how to get energy delivered at a low price, this might not be the right video. Okay, so the first thing on our list is going to be, Lean, which definitely does not depict President Joe Biden on it, because if they did, they would receive an actual cease and desist letter from the Department of Homeland Security. It would be really bad if that hypothetically happened. Raw meat. Going to be a bit of a big boy today. Has a lot of meat inside of him. I'm taking that to the extreme, by the way. This man has no room for bones. AFK sleep support. Going to be using an arcane sleep build. He doesn't actually do any damage because of his lack of negative side effects. Not really sure what you're supposed to do with this one, honestly. The official Maxor Cup, who is unfortunately invisible because you do not know what it looks like yet. Stay tuned for updates on this guy. And last but not least, we have Code Maxor with 0 for 10% off GamerSupps purchases, who has a lot of stamina because he is just so healthy. You can find him inside the description of the video. Just please do not tell GamerSupps that I'm making this. It's going to be our little secret from now on. Moving on across the Great Bridge to the Grand Castle of Enzis, we immediately get distracted with random caves because this game has content again. Can I just blow up the fucking... You know the item is going to be good when it's placed next to 20 explosives. So we make our way over to the scariest location in the entire game, featuring a wide variety of hilarious jump scares.
Yeah, every game has a kind of exploding barrel. They're just sitting there like, why would that be there? Like, makes sense on the lore wise, right? Like, I don't know like how that makes sense here, but like most games just have like exploding barrels just for the sake of exploding it, and people like exploding shit so much nobody questions it. There you go. Who cares?
And funny skeleton boss fights. What the fuck kind of crack they got in the Paris catacombs? You know the item is going to be good when it's placed next to the giant bloodstain. Okay, look, I get this game is supposed to be hard, but I can't iframe the ceiling. So after spending 35 hours in the ball-crushing facility, we decide to head south to one of Elden Ring's characteristic, extremely high thermostat dungeons, where the boiling magma can best be described as a minor inconvenience. Me enjoying the coolest summer for the rest of my life. Yeah, lava in Elden Ring is just like not a big deal apparently. The water's fine, guys.
Yeah, seriously, why is that the case? I guess he like post main story character, maybe it's like strong enough. I don't know, but this is insane. Lava should be instant death, man. Come on.
I don't know what you're complaining about.
Baal!
What?
Vile Baal!
Is this homeless man okay?
My contempt for you is nigh but poetic, like that of the great American novel, Moby Dick!
Do you need a hospital?
Just you wait, for I, Egon, will be progressing just south of this very
Oh, thanks for the directions, man. Following in the footsteps of the nearest homeless man, we blindly and uncritically follow his directions straight into 4 hours of hidden content. This is going to be a theme in the future, including his directions that tell us to jump directly into a bottomless pit. That is false advertising. Egon gave me some crazy fucking edibles. It was around this time that the game began subtly suggesting to me that I may wish to come back at a later time. And I
like how this game basically you do shit like this in any other game. You're like, oh, by the way, I just died. Let's reload. No, that was part of it. You're gonna reach down and there's a whole level there. There you go.
Chose to ignore it. Oh, this isn't a good place to be. Welcome back, Kalid. We missed you. It's almost as if the game was specifically trying to prevent me from getting here. I just can't get over the fucking... It looks like a joke. Welcome back, Godskin Noble. We missed you. We got some crazy lore implications right here. Really can't wait for the VOD video on this one. Oh. Is he okay? Does he need a fucking aspirin?
Tarnished one.
Hi.
Do you hunger for the soul of a dragon? For communion with the beating heart of a beast?
Those are kind of expensive, lady.
Then, in exchange for your soul offered to the Drake Flames, I will offer you power, far beyond what you can imagine, greater than even the... Are you listening to me?
What?
Never mind, fuck it.
Girl's implying that she actually had to ask. Heading on further over the dragon's extremely detailed feat, this is Miyazaki's vision, guys. You can't make fun of it. We are greeted by the beautiful and enthralling landscape of the southern coast, realm of contrasting colors and majestic saffron shores. Except the landscape here isn't actually yellow. I'm just fucking with you. Filling our hearts with a profound sense of astonishment and amazement. Holy shit, what is this? Oh, there's a blue area. Oh my god, it's fucking too fort. This is a really beautiful place to die in. Can't wait to see what amazing enemies live in this Oh god, not you again. This is the wrong neighborhood, motherfucker. We need to leave. Welcome to the southern coast, a land comprised of many distinct areas,
so good,
each
right?
with their own unique and stunning color schemes, including but not limited to the Crimson Countryside, the Azure Abode, the Funny Finger Family, and of course the secret green area that no one will tell you about. This one is a Maxor video exclusive. Moving on through the red part of the map while ignoring the various color combinations, we decide to take shelter in the local torture dungeon where we can find the undisputed best item in the entire game.
3.
The ability to scream. We did this for like 10 minutes.
Just do what I do when I have problems.
Oh, okay, so this is the, this is the boss? Oh no, I am really intimidated right now. This man's got confidence.
Man, the map is so awesome. Look at that. Not that the maps are not awesome, but it's like this certain type of like places just feels like really great, right? Like how open world games should look like. But then again, death and decay implies here. But yeah, look at the trees and like cliff sides and everything. Even the sunbeam type thing. There you go. Yeah, this like I assume that this DLC is gonna be like the other DLCs of the past from like, you know, from software, just like very dungeon-y like, but no, it's like proper terrains and things like that.
Now, out of every horrifying area that we've seen in this game, the southern coast definitely takes the cake in terms of visual splendor, consistently capturing the player's imagination and attention to the detriment of everything else. There are so many beautiful things to see around here, and the only thing that could make it better was if all of them didn't want to kill me, usually with a very intense immediacy. It's a monkey.
Monkey with a sword.
You okay, man? You look kinda... I appear to have made a friend. So after...
I like how in this game there is a goat and just like, wait a minute, goat? And then it just spins and tries to attack you. Yeah, now that makes sense. There you go. If there is like cute bird there, it would explode or something. It has to make sense.
Engaging in a great deal of monkey business, we ride to the east of the Cerulean coast, past the glowing cross where Mikola abandoned his foreskin or something. I don't know, I'm not a lore expert. And pacing along the beach with a suspicious amount of fingers before finally reaching our mysterious destination. and immediately wanting to go back. I am okay with allowing it to remain mysterious.
Holy Jesus Christ! What is all this?
It's the Finger Family. We found the Finger Family, dude.
What?
These are the Finger Ruins, where Miyazaki, uncontent with his weird foot fetish, has decided to move on to the next best thing. And even more disturbing than that, these ruins are exclusively occupied by the funny suckmen, who I spent 40 minutes getting sucked by because this area is just so difficult. Oh my god! What the fuck are you? That is not normal. I'm just going to forget this place ever existed. Committing to the bit has led me to places that I would not go with a gun. Heading on over to the southernmost edge of the Cerulean coast, or hypothetically, some other color, we encounter this mysterious giant hole, which, upon further investigation, goes into the ground. Boom! Why is his scream so lifelike? And after a considerable fault in navigation, we descend further into the arcane abyss before finally revealing the secrets within. Fissure Depths, domain of remarkable revelations and sleepy subterfuge, full of enemies that want nothing more than to give us a nice nap for the rest of our lives, as well as the immortal footprints of the Empyrean Miquella forever inscribed on this enduring cross. I abandon here my love. Yeah, Miquella, I've been there too. I wish I could throw Stephanie into a giant pit. Okay, actually though, that is genuinely concerning. Like, can I have it? This is the EP zone. You can tell because of how relaxing it is, especially when it comes to the giant slug ASMR. This is just genuinely unpleasant to hear. But you know what isn't relaxing? Literally everything else. I am here significantly before I'm supposed to be. Heading further into the mangled mausoleum, we uncover a new weapon with a new status effect called Eternal Sleep, which, in my personal experience, can be applied to most weapons. So after experimenting with a lot of opiates at the hands of the local drug dealers, we encounter a sedated sorority of animals, engaged together in a sleepover so good that they will never wake up again. And I'm gonna say what nobody else is willing to say. America has a fentanyl crisis. Is your first fucking instinct just to kill all the sleeping animals, dude? Like...
If I can target it, it needs to die.
Holy shit. Blindly accepting the advice of the...
I mean, it's the game. Come on, it's Elden Ring. Like, if you can kill something, you're gonna kill it. You don't think about that. Come on.
Last guy who died trying, we jump directly into the gaping abyss with absolutely no regard for the consequences. Boom! Is he okay? Eventually leading us to the foundation of the Fissure Depths, and in turn, the Putrescent Night. Welcome back, Tree Sentinel. We missed you. This boss is pretty hilarious, not because he holds his attacks until the heat death of the universe, although he does do that, but rather being a literal skeleton riding his own skin, Putrescent Knight has a habit of moving away from you during his only attack windows. And also he's fucking horrifying. No matter what I do, I just cannot seem to hit him, in the same way that I just cannot seem to interpret what I'm currently looking at. This is what happens to your horse when he survives the glue factory. Like, bro, that is not okay. Mom said it's my turn to do the attack combos. Overall, Putrescent Night truly represents the southern coast, both in terms of its intrinsic beauty and its congenital terror, especially considering the fact that you aren't supposed to go here yet, and the game spent at least 2 hours trying to tell me that. This is all to say that I have dug my grave far too deep to climb out now, and the irony of this setting is not lost on me.
Oh, what you mean you're not supposed to go there? Like, you have freedom to do anything, but like story doesn't want you to go there. So if you go there, wouldn't that break it? Or like ruin missable content? Probably you're gonna miss a lot of shit or something. That makes it like really fun, man. Like, which means you can do basically anything. And like from software, artists that are like really disturbed, let's just say, every single boss has so weird and fucked up like art history to it. It's like, ugh.
Tarnished, do you grow weary of this life? Longing to shelter from suffering with eternal sleep?
You know, honestly, I wasn't before, but, then I looked at you.
By Tarnished, in my juicy nectar, in the velvet embrace of Saint Trina, you will lie at peace forever.
That just kills you. I guess it was just all a dream. What a lovely NPC, honestly. So after unfortunately suffering an overdose at the hands of the local drug dealers, we decide to head instead to the craggy landscape of—
Well, hold up there. So if you go there and do that, you're just gonna die. That's the whole point of her being there. I mean, that makes this game, like, in a way, fun. Sure, like, not everything has a purpose. You shouldn't do everything you can, apparently, because you can also die shit like that. There you go. Use your head, man. Come on.
Of the Jagged Peak, which is in fact where I was supposed to go in the first place. A sinister and looming feature of the landscape visible from almost every location. Rumored dwelling of forces most malicious.
I love whenever a game does that. A world map where you can see one, like, a landmark thing from the distance. It's so awesome. In Skyrim, it's the mountain, obviously, the center mountain. In a lot of games, it's like, you know, shit like that exists, which is like really fun, right? Obviously, like in original Elden Ring, that's the tree. You can see it from everywhere.
And home to the funniest wildlife thus seen in the lands between. With our first example being the Jagged Peak Drake, which, despite being a fairly rudimentary fight that we have done 15 times already, implies the existence of a Jagged Peak Josh. I'm just gonna not play this one, honestly. Riding further east along this mountain's broken bluffs and sharp stones, we navigate this dismal and desolate terrain, wondering what stunning content lies just ahead. Only to find two more of the exact same dragon, prompting me to immediately terminate my playthrough.
Oh, it's Jagged Peak Drake again. And he's fighting Jagged Peak Josh.
At least I don't have to play the game now. It's almost as if the game was specifically trying to prevent me from getting here. God damn it, not this guy again.
No! In my unyielding state of rage, you've made me forget the name of the whale in that book!
It's called Moby Dick.
Damn you, Bale! Drake Warrior. Mighty Drake Warrior.
I prefer Kendrick, personally.
Upon the top of this rotten peak lies a dragon most foul. A dragon who has thus confounded me!
It is Moby Dick.
Bale! Rotten, vile, damnable Bale! King of the Jagged Mountain! Slay Bale, slay him with me, and feast on his heart.
You know what? I'm just not gonna tell you now.
Blossom Bale!
So after listening to the ramblings of a homeless man for the severanth time today, we ascend sharply up the mountain, filled with a new sense of motivation and purpose, further and greatly emphasized by the hilarious string of Looney Tunes obstacles. Oh my god, it's the best fight in the entire game! The 15th dragon! I'm so grateful they put this here instead of anything else. Fleeing further upwards, surpassing the realm of G.
Yeah, why are they putting so many dragons? Doesn't that make it like repetitive at that point? Like, I get like Elden Ring has this like boss element, but it's like uniqueness to it. Like, obviously dragons are not some basic NPCs, they're bosses, right? Way too many of them though. It feels like Dragon Age or something, where you have to hunt dragons and shit as a bosses or something. You know what, I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna do part 2 later. But yeah, Shadow of the Erdtree feels like really fun game. I thought it was gonna be dungeon and all that shit, but no, it's like proper terrain, world map. It's just an extension of the original game, which is really fun. This is the first time from Softworks in Elden Ring did this kind of like a Dark Souls, but with like, what if like place were much prettier and like much more freedom, you can goof around and things. There you go. People loved it apparently. Alright, I'll see you next time.